Hi students, it's Miss Jane. I hope that everyone is having a great day. Before we get started today, let me just take a break to take a big sip of water because you guessed it, today we're going to learn all about hydration. So far we've been learning about all sorts of different nutrition topics, some of them even kind of complicated. And you might think, water, that is pretty simple. But you know what? Water might be the very most important thing to learn about. Because without water, we wouldn't even survive. Our bodies can only last a couple days without water. And our bodies are made up of 70% water. So that's more than half. That is a whole lot of water. Water makes up the majority of our brains, of our muscles, of our blood, of our cells, and there's even a ton of water in our bones. So we need to be drinking enough water for our bodies to be functioning properly. And what's the benefit of drinking enough water? Well, there's a lot, but we'll start with the brain because the brain is 75% water, so mostly water. And if your brain doesn't get enough water, you can get headaches. It can be really tricky to concentrate. Has anybody ever had that happen where it's just so hard to pay attention or focus? That can often be because you haven't had enough water. So drinking water helps us to focus, to learn, to concentrate, and it even helps our mood. I know that when I don't have enough water, sometimes I get really grumpy. And if I just drink a glass of water, I already start to feel a whole lot better. So drinking enough water is also really important for our digestive systems. So like we learned about last week, keeping our digestive systems healthy is so important. And one way to do that is drinking enough water, and that helps all of our food move well through our digestive system. Drinking enough water also supports our immune system, and that's what helps us from getting sick, from getting the cold, getting the flu. So staying hydrated is really important for keeping us healthy. It also helps us to regulate our temperature. So what does that mean? Think about a time where you've been running out in the hot sun. What happens to your skin? You start sweating, right? And that's your body's way of cooling down. So water is really important for helping us to stay the healthy and right temperature for our bodies. So how do we know if we are getting enough water or if we need more? So our bodies are so good at telling us what we need. And our bodies let us know what we need by how our body looks and how our body feels. So one sign that you might need more water, that you might be dehydrated, is your lips. If your lips get really dry or chapped, that's a sign that you might need to drink some more water. If you are feeling really thirsty, that's one we all know, right? If you're feeling really thirsty, that probably means that you're already a little bit dehydrated. So the goal is to drink water even before you get super thirsty. Another way, maybe the most common symptom of being dehydrated, of not having enough water, is being really tired. So when we don't have enough water, our bodies kind of start to shut down. You want to fall asleep. Your muscles don't have enough water in them to want to run around. So tiredness or feeling just kind of slow is a sign that you haven't had enough water. And then another sign is if you go to the bathroom and your urine, your pee, is really dark yellow. So what that means is that your body is holding on to the water and not letting it come out. It means you haven't had enough. So if you're drinking enough water, your pee or your urine should be a light color yellow, and it shouldn't be stinky at all. That's a great way to know. So how much water do we need? So for 4 to 8-year-olds, you need to be drinking about 7 cups of water per day. 7 cups of water per day for 4 to 8-year-olds. How many cups? 7 cups of water. And that can vary a little bit depending on your size and depending on your activity, what you're doing. So if you have been running and playing a soccer game and went swimming in the ocean or in the pool, if you've had a really active day and you've been sweating, you're going to need to drink more water, right? So 7 is a good number to keep in mind, but if you are very active, drinking more is important to keep you healthy. And I know that some people don't really like the taste of water. For me, I really enjoy it. But for some people, I know that it can taste a little bit boring. So I have some great tricks for making your water taste a little bit better. And I'm going to include some of those in your homework for this week or in the comments of this video. And it uses techniques like adding fresh fruit, or adding some mint or different herbs to make it taste really good. I encourage you to try some of those tricks this week. And the last thing to note is that it's always a good idea to have your own refillable water bottle when you go out, right? Because that is helpful for our earth. If we drink out of plastic water bottles all the time, we're making a whole lot of trash. So be sure when you go out to bring your refillable water bottle. Okay, I hope that everyone learned a little something about water today. I know that I'm kind of thirsty, so I'm going to go drink some water now, and I encourage you to as well. So have a happy and hydrated week, everybody. Bye-bye. Adios.